Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, it is I am the one and only Pac-Man here.
And I am Pinkie Pie here. We are back for once again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more Let's Play of Mario Party Superstars for the Nintendo Switch.
So last weekend is the fact that we did manage to able to win through the final board in Mario Party Superstars, which is known as Horrorland. In this case, the best board in the entire game, just because, well, it's pretty obvious about the fact that why Horrorland is such popular board in mind,
especially noticeable when it brought back ever since in Mario Party 2, and as a result of that kind of stuff though, we did pure domination victory in Horrorland due to the forms of meeting up with Boos, especially noticeable with this legendary King Boo. So as a result,
yeah, everything else goes by fine and dandy and everything.
And today, and especially noticeable for the majority of other weekends for this matter, is the fact that we're about to get things started with the forms of the extra videos as far as the actual, Mario Party Superstars actually holds up to be. So let's get into the forms of this boat right here, which takes place in Mount Minigames, which is basically a replacement of Minigame Island based off of Mario Party 1.
Because it's pretty obvious about the fact that we see the new location we can able to experience with.
So in this case though, Mount Minigames is a basic minigame mode, so we can basically guarantee we can able to play certain minigames, especially noticeable with certain other modes as well.
So in this case though, let's go ahead and play as a different character this time around though, so I think we should probably go and get to it with Yoshi this time.
Because obviously we have not selected Yoshi ever since in, ever. Well, the only time we did manage to able to use Yoshi last time was actually in Koopa's Tycoon Town in Mario Party 8.
So, yeah, relatively speaking though, we can basically just somehow manage to able to just, pick the, not only Yoshi as our player choice,
but also in terms of opponents wise, we somehow managed able to pick not only Bodo, because we have not seen Bodo since Peach's birthday cake.
And speaking of Peach though, we also decided able to choose Peach ever since in Peach's birthday cake as well.
And also Daisy ever since in Woody Woods. So, from the get-go though, in Mount Minigames, we do have free play, which allows you to able to play any kinds of minigames whatever you as you pleasure, as well as coin battle mode, as well as the forms of other two modes, which we do have tag match, which is basically a 2 vs 2 endurance test, and especially noticeable with trio challenge, which is a bit like challenge mode from Super Mario Party, except the main focus is obviously 1 vs 3 minigames, which I'll get into more details about that until the next few weekends later.
In addition to those modes, we also have sports and puzzles right here, which is basically you can able to play all kinds of puzzle minigames as well as sports minigames here and there as well.
In addition to those, we also have two other modes which are only exclusive to online play, which we have daily challenges alongside with survival mode. So in this case though, I think we should probably get started with the first mode in Mount Minigames, and this one appears to be Coin Battle. So from here you can either to set up to 5 rounds, 10 rounds, or 15 rounds.
As always, CPU on hard mode,
and as far as the instructions, we'll simply turn it on in case if we're able to stumble across a new minigames. So,
yeah, basically it kind of reminds me of the forms of one of those, I would say coin challenges from the likes of in Mario Party 10,
except that the actual rounds themselves are a bit lengthy this time around though, due to the forms of, well, as we already addressed that before, we can now able to actually set up to 5, 10, or 15 rounds. So,
yeah, that makes things a little bit more interesting in terms of competitions alike.
So, in some cases though, as you can see on screen, we have to pick those mini games in order able to go through each round. So in this case, we do pick Dark and Crispy.
In this case, this is based off of Mario Party 6, and basically in this minigame right here,
is the fact that we need to avoid Bowser in this dark room. So, but thankfully there's some spotlights that you can able to make things a bit easier for you, so that way you can able to see, the actual, the ground and all that stuff though.
But you have to be very careful of not only for Bowser, but also his fire-breathing attacks.
And on top of that, you have to avoid not to fall into the actual edge of the platform, because if you do fall off the edge of the platform, like what, although Bodo just somehow managed to get knocked out by, Bowser himself,
But relatively speaking, just for the love of God, don't fall into that pit because otherwise you will lose easily. So,
yeah, because that pretty much summarized the forms of dark and crispy, so...
And as a result though, depending on what position you're in, then you obviously reward certain coins. Like for instance, you get 10 coins if you're in first.
And as well, so now you get 5 coins if you're in second place. And I think you're in, if you're in third, I believe you're able to get like 2 or something. Well, mind you, I didn't exactly pay attention to that result.
Because, if you couldn't tell already, today's day is of course the 5th of November today, in this case in 2022 today.
So despite the fact that recently today's the UK special event has been hosting during the forms of today, today's day is the bonfire night tonight, which as a result of that kind of stuff though, we were able to see amazing fireworks display later on after this recording session is finished, so
we just want to classify that, especially noticeable because, well, it's been about a year ago since we actually last seen those amazing fireworks display.
Because mind you, I think if I recall correctly that Mega Man and Proto Man both told me something about the fact that last year we had a lot of songs representing James Bond theme music and stuff like that because of the celebrating of the release of No Time to Die after countless amount of delays due to you know what.
But either way though, that makes things a little bit more self-explanatory, but I don't know exactly what this year is going to be hosting within well, the fireworks display and everything.
But we'll see what happens during at some point. Maybe we should probably talk more about it until possibly by that time until tomorrow, so...
And there goes Bodo, and we somehow win.
Winner!
Huzzah, and yeah, we somehow managed to get ourselves a glorious victory. So anyway, another thing I would like to talk about this is the fact that recently, there are a few rare occasions though, is the fact that sometimes you will able to come across into certain minigames based off from coin minigames, which means you can able to collect as many of those coins as much as you can. So in some cases though, here we go on to the well, it's kind of hard to say honestly, because despite we still having a lot of issues with our laptop recently, due to the forms of it keeps on lagging every time. So in this case, we actually stumbled across X-Ray Payday, so this means we'll have to, like, tell you what, Pinkie Pie, you can do the button press while just trying to able to focus on the X-Ray scanner thing, so just in case it makes the entire process a bit easier for ourselves, so...
But again, 20 coins maximum, so we can pretty much expect how this is going, so...
So anyways though, let's talk about the forms of today's discussion, and that is the fact that recently today marks the 12th year anniversary of the release of a video game based off from, well, let's just say the Daniel Craig's version of GoldenEye for the Nintendo Wii. Which, yeah, I can't even believe that game has been out for 12 years now. Despite, you know, Pierce Brosnan has been replaced by Daniel Craig as a video game.
Yeah, it might be seems a little bit true for circumstances though anyway, so let's go for Cheap Cheap Chase.
So in some cases though, what goes up is the majority vote.
So I think for the majority of the forms of several of minigame roulette voting system when it comes to not only coin battle, but also other minigame modes here and there as well in Mount Minigames as far as I'm aware. That basically though is the fact that you have to pick the minigames of your choice, but you know, as we said before, it's all about randomized when it comes to like the actual minigame roulettes kind of thing. So,
oh Jesus Louise, we almost gonna get screwed, especially because, again, sometimes though, trying to utilize with new physics, and especially noticeable with the new momentum, it just takes a bit of time to get used to, but regardless of such though, we'll take... Oh, wow, we literally won by 1 meter from Bodo right there.
Huh, that seems quite kind of incredible when it comes to achieving that.
So, yeah, if you're in 4th place, then obviously you don't get anything. So, yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. So, I keep on thinking about Mario Party 10 with the coin challenge and stuff like that.
But anyway, and there are a few rare occasions that you will come across into other categories for certain minigames, as far as I'm aware.
Like, we already stumbled across the coin minigames, and now we're on to 1 versus 3 minigames, which in this case though, we are doing Spotlight Swim. So, since we are in first place, so this means that we always have to be on a team of 1.
And if I recall correctly, if you're able to actually get into second place or third or fourth, I believe you're able to actually force to deal with the team of 3, at least as far as I can recall.
So in this case though, yeah, we basically got this anyway.
Oh, you know what reminds me of something for this point, Pac-Man?
Oh, what is it, Pinkie Pie?
Oh yeah, I do remember that time about the fact that, well, well, I believe Rarity or Twilight Sparkle did actually mention about something to me recently, that it's been about 12 years ago since Griffin the Brush-Off episode in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic does exist, about 12 years ago.
Oh yeah, that time flies, doesn't it? Anyways, let's move on to the next new minigame, which is Coney Island. And in this one, we have to collect the most scoops of ice cream as much as you can, while watch the actual drop shadow, so that way it actually indicates the actual, the scoops of ice cream is about to be incoming. And I will have to admit it though, I'm very glad that this minigame also returns here, especially because not only for its gorgeous visuals, but also how delicious the ice cream looks. Yeah, especially noticeable because, well, relatively speaking, I can totally see why. A lot of people seem to be a biggest fan of Coney Island as a minigame itself when it firstly introduced in Mario Party 5, and then it later on brought it back in the top 100, which is also a good choice. And that actually makes its return again, but this time on a gorgeous Nintendo Switch system. So because of this though,
yeah, we're very happy about this minigame does return here, alongside with Pushy Penguins because it's all chaotic and stuff like that for its entire competitive side of things.
Although the only missing exception though when it comes to minigames do not return at all, which appears to be Hotel Goomba, which is kind of unfortunate. Because for I've managed able to replay, you know, Mario Party 5 on my own time for a bit, and after looking back on it, these certain minigames in Mario Party 5, originally though Hydro Stars was expecting to be my absolute favorite minigame, but then it somehow changed thanks to Hotel Goomba because it was quite interesting and especially noticeable as a lot of fun.
Especially noticeable that you've actually mentioned about this kind of stuff though.
Although I'll get into more details in a second, because here we actually stumbled across a battle minigame, which, for instance though, is the fact that it functions kind of like the same way as the forms of how it does it on the versus space, on the actual, the boards themselves. Although, the only exception being is the fact that the Lakitu were able to take 10 coins for each player.
So in this case though, whoever wins first place were able to get the majority of the coins themselves. So,
yeah, it feels kind of similar to the forms of how it does it on the battle space minigame, or the battle minigame spaces, from the likes of not only Mario Party 9, but also Mario Party 10 as well, except you exchange for mini-stars instead of coins, so...
And of course, we got ourselves another new record, except this time, it's about 3 milliseconds.
Yeah, it's pretty easy when you managed able to get your timing going with all the sharp curves you have to go through, but hey, at least it's pretty cool regardless, so...
Alright, another coin minigame, so let's see are we going to be playing next. So it doesn't matter which minigame are we going to be going for next, apart from Cashapult, so...
In some cases though, we are doing Cashapult as we go along.
So, obviously, this minigame is based off of Mario Party 6, where the team of 2, or specifically, each player needs to have a go on the Cashapult, and it's your job to able to grab all 20 coins on that particular session, so...
And of course, there's no day and night cycle, so in this case, it's most likely day variation, so... We don't mind about the forms of Cashapult though, especially because it's actually quite good, all things considered.
Although what makes things a little bit weird to me though, is the fact that compared to the forms of the top 100, at least as far as I've noticed something like this, they don't usually include so many of those bonus collectathon minigames, I'm pretty sure.
Well, apart from the fact that, well, relatively speaking though, they just somehow didn't include all those bonus coin minigames in the top 100, so...
Oh yeah, because of the forms of the voting system when it comes to picking minigames and stuff like that.
Well, at least as far as I can usually recall that, so... Oh, would you look at that, we got all 20 coins.
It especially helps about the fact that the actual AI doesn't go completely idiot, unlike the forms of how it does it on the original version, so...
they obviously know what to do here, so at the very least though, it's a little bit of a bit of improvement as far as I can usually recall, I think, so...
Alright, so next few minigames we got Storm Chasers, we can able to pick that at the very least.
Or just simply Leaf Leap, so in this case though, we can able to expect... Oh, come on! We're going for a luck-based minigame, aren't we?
Oh, that's a bit terrific.
But at the very least though, that since we've actually stumbled across this minigame for last time, that we seriously got screwed over by, like, if we're doing a challenge by doing absolutely nothing, we're able to claim our victory. Well, we've decided able to not to do it this time because it's getting not only dragged on, but also it kind of feels a bit lengthy and long sometimes.
Okay, let's see what Peach has to somehow activate, and she's somehow safe, so...
Yeah, this minigame might still take a while to finish, especially because, well, I've got no words to think about it.
Okay, Bodo, what are you gonna do here?
Oh, sorry, I was checking my phone, so I need to able to see if my progressioning for my Mario Kart Tour progress so far, but either way, that's nothing much to say about this. Although, relatively speaking though, as far as what I did somehow accidentally activated the gold pass for about a month ago almost, that's exponentially until specifically this coming Monday, in this case Monday the 7th of November. This means I've already cancelled out my gold pass subscription on my Mario Kart Tour game. Although, mind you, because I'm actually getting a bit tired of the forms of not only jarring controls, and on top of that, the actual 200cc is a bit too much for my taste.
Especially because you're going ridiculously fast all of a sudden, so...
Alright, come on, Bodo, please be out. Oh, come on!
Oh, we know what this is going.
Okay, let's go for yellow then.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Still, you never know of what you expect for a luck-based minigame, so...
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Oh boy. It's gonna be a tough choice, isn't it? Let's go for pink.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay, come on, Bodo. Come on. Please be out, for the love of God. Please.
Yay! We finally win!
Ah, that did take a while to able to make this minigame finish, though.
Winner!
But we finally win the luck-based minigame, so thank heavens for that.
So, oh, and also we've only got about 3 more days to go now until Sonic Frontiers is going to be releasing, so...
Yeah, seems all pretty exciting, all things considered.
Especially noticeable that we have not seen the reviews of the game yet. Mind you, we're probably not going to mention about it right now, because it might actually contain a lot of spoilers, so...
Oh yeah, something's worth mentioning is the fact that when it comes to, like, if someone is in 4th place, if they get into 150cc... no. The 1 versus 3. Sorry, I keep on thinking of playing Mario Kart Tour again, haven't I?
Well, suffice to say, I think you did. So basically though, is the fact that if someone is in 4th place at the moment during a coin battle mode, basically though, is the fact that if they come across into 1 versus 3 minigame, basically though, the 4th place player needs to able to pick one of those minigames.
Oh no!
We were expecting to able to go through it, but of course they just got us at the end, so...
But thankfully though, if you do lose, that you don't take away your coins.
So instead, the team of 3 do get coins, specifically 20 coins most likely, so...
It's actually getting pretty close though.
Alright, so I think we should probably pick, let's go for a rapid river race.
Although, we are going back into Marsh Pit though, so...
Yeah, I guess hopefully we're just gonna have to win this no matter what though, but the only thing I don't even realize is the fact that you can able to punch in this minigame as far as I'm aware, which I don't even know about it.
But thankfully we've got the Mega Mushroom now, so we can now able to actually just ram into the other players.
Well, only one of them most likely, which is Bodo, so... Oh, goodness gracious! Oh, come on! We were so close!
Winner!
Hey, that was quite unfortunate, but still, can't deny about that.
So, we'll take second place anyway, within 3 coins, so... Alright, another coin game, so let's go for, money belts.
In this case though, we are doing quicksand cachee, except now,
We're now going to be able to take control of the quicksand itself, because obviously we've already done the team of 3 quite a few times.
so in this case though, let's go in and take control of the quicksand itself, so...
But I highly doubt we're probably not going to collect as much coins though, because there were a few times that the computer players always seem to snag the actual coin bags themselves. But either way though, we're just going to have to able to stick around with it, I guess, so...
But yeah, not much else to explain about the forms of today though, aside from the fact that once again our computer keeps on lagging most of the time, which is always annoying, but either way though, we're just gonna have to able to try to fix that at some point, possibly tomorrow?
Well, after we're able to watch the fireworks bonfire night tonight, Pinkie Pie.
Although, despite the fact that it might be still a bit chilly cold, because, you know, chilly cold is actually gonna be where...
Oh, because that was a bonus minigame. So in this case though, I think we're now on the 13th round. So, oh yeah, for bonus minigame though, it's basically you will able to get double the amount of coins you can able to get certain rewards from. Like, if you're in first, then you get 20 coins, so...
Alright, so now we're on to... I think this is stage 1 variation of Tread Carefully, because as far as I'm aware, there's only one pipe, and that's about it, so...
Anyways, let's go ahead and keep firing at these opponents, and sure enough, we were able to actually just claim our victory like so.
Too easy.
Winner.
But either way though, yeah, that's all I can say about it. And it looks like we've only got 2 rounds left, and
Yeah, pretty much anything else but a doubt, so...
14th round, here we go, so I think we'll go for Pokey-Pamel on this one.
In this case, we are doing... Yep, Pokey-Pamel, indeed.
Although it's been a very long while since we actually discovered this minigame since the very beginning of the Let's Play.
Because, you know, we've already experienced every single Mario Party 7 minigames for sure enough though, which, again, still kinda sucks though. I just wish there was actually more Mario Party 7 minigames onto the list.
But regardless of such though, it's just the fact that despite how Mario Party 7 was exclusive to the Nintendo GameCube, and because of that though, we don't need to worry about motion controls and stuff like that.
Well, bacon cells can't be choosers, I guess, but still.
Alright, so we're now on the final round. In this case, we'll end things off with a battle minigame. So,
in this case though, once again we have to take 10 coins from the Lakitu right here, so
let's see what minigame are we going to be ending off with. In this case, Tipsy Turny.
hopefully this one should be a bit easier to manage with, so let's get to it.
And this time around though, we're able to get a fire flower image, so... And booyah, we're done.
Yep, so that means we'll get more coins in its disposal.
Winner.
So nicely done. And I believe if I recall correctly, it's the fact that Mount Minigames also has some achievement system as well. So I believe in order able to get the achievement in, let's just say in Coin Battle, you have to collect a certain amount of coins in order able to get the achievement. I think the best requirement for that is by going for 15 rounds, and I think that's about it basically.
Yeah, so that way you can able to get the insane amount of coins as for your leisure.
So, yeah, we somehow win, regardless, even though despite we somehow lose onto Squared Away.
But, it also say applies with, Coney Island, because as far as I'm aware, we lost by 1 scoop of ice cream due to Peach.
Oh, jeez, I did not know that. So anyways, though, it shows you the results here, and, basically, that's all there is to say. So, either way, so it looks like we actually got ourselves not 1, but 2 achievements as well. So, yeah, pretty cool, huh?
So yeah, that was it for coin battles. Quite fun though, actually.
So now let's go ahead and move on to the next mode, which is not free play mode, because that'll be for later. So instead, we'll move on to tag match, which is basically 2 versus 2 battle matches here and there.